So next, Matsya, which has its capital as Viratnagar. So where is this Matsya? Right. So it is Alwar, Bharatpur, Rajasthan. In Rajasthan. If anybody wants, you can. Done. Okay, I will go to the next page. Then next Mahajanpad you can consider is the Avanti. Avanti, whose capital was, again here you will be having two parts, right? As North Avanti, whose capital was Ujjayini, and South Avanti, right? Whose capital was Maheshmati. So where is this Avanti? So this is a Malwa. Where is Malwa? In MP. Right. So this is what? Avanti. 14th Mahajanpad, whose name was Ashmaka. The capital of Ashmaka is Potna, which was also called as Patli. So where this was? So this is between the river Narmada and Godavari. Between the rivers Narmada and Godavari. Can anybody tell what this one? 14th. What exactly geographically where it is? Second last is Gandhar. Right, Gandhar. So its capital was in fact, first it has having Takshashila, right? So Takshila, it is written as Takshila, and the Pushkalavati. Takshila and Pushkalavati. So where this Gandhar is, so it is western part of today's Pakistan, and Afghanistan. So this is the, so where is Takshila? It is nearby Rawalpindi, right? So near to the Rawalpindi, right? So this was the most important for trade and education. So it was a business hub, you can consider. कारण युरोप मधला व्यापार सगळं इथूनच व्हायचा ना. So that is for trade and education. Takshashila University, right? And education. And the last Mahajanpath, whose name is Kamboj. Whose name is Kamboj. Right. So its capital is Rajapur. Right. So where this is, today's Punch area, Puch. Right. So it is today's Hazra district. Where this Hazra district? So it is in Pakistan. Right. So Punch is a part of Kashmir. So again, it was trade and commerce center. Right. So this is in Kashmir. Rajapur is in Kashmir. So it was again trade and commerce center. So altogether, these were the 16 different Mahajanpadas which you can consider. Now see, the Buddhist literature and Jain literature, both these literature are mentioning all these 16 Mahajanpadas. So their existence was true, right? If कारण जैन आणि बुद्धिस्ट आणि जैन लिटरेचर हे अलीकडचं लिटरेचर आहे, right? So if these two literatures are mentioning these Mahajanpadas or the names of all these Mahajanpadas, so this is the one of the biggest or the greatest evidences, right? So Mahajanpadas called great states, right? Obviously, if you consider the actual literature, particularly Buddhist literature and Jain literature, you will be finding out some of the changes in the titles of these Mahajanpadas, but they are there. Fine. So there were two types of states, or these Mahajanpadas were of two kinds. Fine. I will write Buddhist and Jain literatures. Right, present a list of 16 Mahajanpadas. List of 16 Mahajanpadas. Fine. Now, so there were two types of these states. So first one is monarchical, and second one is non-monarchical. Second one is non-monarchical. So what is the monarchical? Right, monarchical, Rajeshai, Gharaneshai. Right. So monarchical. Who was the monarchical? Anga was monarchical. Then next in this case is Magadh. Anga, Magadh, Kashi, Vatsa, चेडी शूरसेना right, Avanti and Gandhar So these were the monarchical, right? Then the non-monarchical, I think here I should again Kashi, okay. Matsya was also monarchical, right? So Anga, Magad, Kashi, Vatsa, Chedi, Shursena, Avanti, Gandhar, Matsya, and Kosla. So these were the monarchical states. And who remains? Vajji. Next one is Malla. Next one is Puru, Panchal, Kamboj. Right. So these were the other states which you can consider as the non-monarchical. Right. Now, among all these, Magad had an empire emerged as the most powerful. Right. So, rise of Magad, you can consider here rise of Magad. Right. Geographically and naturally, Magad had got some of the advantages because of that. Right. So, as far as the political history of India is concerned, right, it is in 6th century, right? 600 BC. So 600 BC, that is 6th century BC onwards, there was history of struggle between the 4 states. Right? So among these 16 Mahajanpadas, 4 were a little bit powerful, right? Or the most powerful 4 you can consider were Kashi, Magad, Kosla, and in this, sorry, not Kashi, Kosla, Magad, Vatsa, and Avanti. Right. So there had been always the struggle. So struggle for supremacy between Magad, Kosla, Avanti, and the last one is Vatsa. So these were the 4 Mahajanpadas. Among them, there was always a struggle for the supremacy. But among these 4 again, Magad had emerged, right, as the most powerful. I'm talking now about most powerful because Magad had, right, had the geographical advantages, advantageous position. Right, geographically advantageous position. Second thing, it was rich in iron. Right, it was richest in iron. Ironच्या खाणी होत्या त्यांच्याकडे त्यांच्या राज्यात. Right. So because of that, what had happened? they could have very good kinds of implements as well as weapons. So both things are obviously very much important and useful in order to expand the empire and have a good kind of produce, particularly in agriculture, right? Now, how geographically advantageous it was, that would be a question, right? So, Magad had laid at the center of middle Gangetic plain, Gangecha Khoret, right? So it was at the middle, and therefore, whatever the land they got, immense land they got in the middle of the Gangetic plain, right, middle of the Gangetic plain, which was immense fertile, and therefore the food surplus was available to the Magad, right? So this is what geographical advantages you can consider. Second thing, Magad had also enjoyed a special advantage in military organization, right? So they have acquainted the use of horses and chariots. It was Magad which was first used elephants on a large scale in the war, right, against their neighbors. That is the reason why Magad had emerged, right? So geographical advantages, position, and richest in iron. So because of, okay, first I will, since I have written here implements and weapons. So richest in iron. Why? Because of richest in iron. So whatever they have done, they have made the implements, right? So most of the iron axes. So because of the iron axis, what were implements? Iron axis. So what they have done by iron axis? So using iron axis, they have cleared the thick forest, in the Gangetic region, right? And use that land for cultivation. Second advantage, because of iron, right? So whatever they use the plow, right? So the plow was made up of iron, right? And it has always a plow. So plow always helped, right? See, because of plow, what had happened? The land was better. Plowed, right, and helped to increase grain production. Right. So these are the two things. And second, geographically, most of the land or Magad lay at the center of the middle Gangetic plain, right? So these were the two things which you can always consider. So land was immense, even today also immense, fertile. आपल्याकडे तरी जरा दूर दूर साखर कारखाने, तिथे तर असं वाटतं की यांची स्पर्धा लागली आहे का काय, चिटकून. Right. So because most of the sugarcane production is in the Gangetic plain, right? So that is the case you can always consider. Somewhere you must have learned in your geography till 10th that different kinds of soils, right? So as far as Gange's Supik Khor, I don't know, at the time of mine, this was a kind of one of the points, right? So over the years, whether it is there or not, I am not aware about it, but probably you must have learned this particular point. So this is the emergence of the powerful emergence of the Magad. Fine. So this is 16 Mahajanapadas and how these Mahajanapadas were, right? Now, you have to go for different kinds of dynasties or different kinds of rulers. So, meaning of dynasty is, right? So, let's first consider very first dynasty called Haryanka dynasty. Haryanka dynasty. What is the meaning of dynasty? Right. लक्षात ठेवा राजवंश किंवा राजघराणे. Right. So this was from 1544 BC to 1412 BC. Right. 1544 BC to 1412 BC. Right. So this is what you can always consider. Right. Now, there was a Bimbisar. Okay, I will share about it. If we see all the power kingdoms are in north side of India, then what happened in South India, south side of India? No, see, whatever your question is right. So later on, when Mughals had come, right? So okay, I will do both the things simultaneously. So what had happened when the Mughals came? So at that time, they have paid enough attention in integrating both the parts, and later on again in Chhatrapati's ruling, it had got that importance. But geographically, even today also, you can consider that the North India is much more blessed because they have so many sources of water, and their land is no doubt much more fertile than our. Fine. So that is the case. Okay. Now I have captured. I will share the screen. You mean the first page? First or next? Maybe first page. So probably I have to. Okay, today's first. Fine. So Okay, I will also share one image of Mahajanpadas so that you will come across their actual position. Okay, 4 to 1. Let's share. I hope you must have finished this one. So here you can have the different Mahajanpadas. Right. So here you can consider. So at the leftmost, at Kamboj, you can have Gandhar, right, where Takshashila is also there. Then you have Kuru, Panchala, Kosla, Malla, right, Vaji, Anga, Magad, Kashi, Vatsa, Chedi, Shursena, Matsya, Avanti, and the Ashamaka. So I was asking about where geographically in between Godavari and Narmada, right? So that you can consider. Right, I will make it. If anybody wants, you can have its screenshot. So that you will be having this particular slide. And you can geographically consider where these 16 Mahajanpadas were. Done? So here I think what you can witness, you can have the important cities or their names, right? Kashi, Varanasi, Magad, Rajgraha, Patliputra, right? Vaishali, that is Uraji, Malla, Kushingara, Kosla, Ayodhya, Shravasti, Panchala, Achitra, Kampilia, right? Kuru, Indraprastha, right? Matsya, Viratnagar, Shursena, Mathura, Avanti, Ujjaini, Mahishmati, right? So these are the some of the titles you can always consider. Right? Here, Pushkalavati and Takshashila. Fine. So if you, in this way, if you could go through, or if you could study these things, so probably you will be always remembering them forever. Right. Anyway, I will stop the sharing. Okay, so consider the next one, Haryanka dynasty. So there was Bimbisar, right? So who was the first one in this particular case? So here you will be having Bimbisar, who was also known as Shronika, who was also known as Shronika. Fine. So who ruled from 544 BC to 492 BC. Now see, to each of these rulers, you will be always having now the period, right? So who was Bimbisar? So who was the founder of Haryanka dynasty? Founder of Haryanka dynasty, right? So Magad had come into the prominence under the leadership of Bimbisar. So he was contemporary of Gautam Buddha, right? He was also the greatest patron of the Gautam Buddha, right? He had married with the princess of Kosla. Her name was Kosla Devi, and he had also married with the Lichavi, right? Who was what we can consider another city or another part of the Mahajanpada, right? Her name was Chelena, and he had also married a princess of Madra. Her name was Khema, right? So because of this, this kind of strategy had helped him in expansion, right? So this was his expansionist, the policy of expansionist. Bimbisara had gained a part of Kashi as dowry, as I said, as part of Kashi as dowry, right? In his marriage, dowry, hunda म्हणून त्याला part of Kashi भेटलं. Right. So he had at that time he had married with the princess of Kosla called Kosla Devi, right? He had later on he had conquered Anga. ठीक आहे, काही लग्न करून काही भाग भेटला, काही भाग त्याने जिंकला. So he had conquered Anga. I'm talking about another Mahajanpad, right? So he had conquered Anga. He sent he was enough kind, right? He was enough kind to help out the people of other or the king of other Mahajanpadas. So for that, there is an example. He had sent a royal physician whose name was Jivaka to Ujjain, because